a nice little chat with one of these guys in this game, and they did say, look, I'm always competing against the opposite quarterback. If I play better than he does, I think my team has an advantage.
Makes the handshake afterwards a little sweeter, too. And there's Ben Roethlisberger ready to lead out the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, and he put the retirement talk on the back burner. He said, I am coming back next season. We'll see. He'll be 36 when next year starts.
But I think he's having too much fun, actually, to retire and has some unfinished business. This team is good enough to get to and win a Super Bowl. They didn't accomplish that in 2017, despite having the most prolific offense in the NFL. And Ben's numbers are terrific as well. 4,200 yards, 28 touchdowns last season.
They'll go again with Bell. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Partner, that defensive win reminds me of something a coach of mine used to say all the time. If you really want it, you'll find a way to go get it. And the defense did exactly that.
Caught here by Bell. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play on 3rd there for the Steelers. And even 40 yards. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So our initial drive here this afternoon results in 3. I'm not sure that was a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
No question about it, Brandon. You had a crowd that was all fired up during pregame introductions, yet you're able to quiet them just a little bit by taking the early lead.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Being chased out left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And avoids the contact by sliding. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. A 1st carry now for Alex Collins. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Flacco fakes the give, sets the throw. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. So a teammate is able to come up with the ball. But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Again, it's Bell. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback, but in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player, so he can't get outside of you.
And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out. Should be able to set up their guys in great field position, probably near midfield or better.
With it is Brown. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
I think by now it's been demonstrated quite well in the NFL that mobility is an attribute. But when you couple it with accuracy, you've really got something going. Able to get outside the pocket and complete the pass.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Now it's Flacco. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Red zone opportunity. A give left side to Collins. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive linemen won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. And that's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run. A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
3rd and goal. Flacco. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree there to make the grab. And the Ravens are in for 6. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think you baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker now to add the point after. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And he's brought down after a good game. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact to complete it.
And he will find his man on the outside. That one goes for 24 yards.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered. It's both feet down for the completion.
Man open left side is Brown. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. We're just 2 minutes away from sending you to Orlando for Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report, so don't forget about that coming up shortly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a halftime without him, and we thank him for doing the highlights. Let's go get a snack.
That's complete right around the 8. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And that'll be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. It just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
So put 3 on the board, but from inside the 5. And I know we use this phrase a lot, but that's a big-time win for the defense.
It sure is. You've got the short field behind you, so you can afford to turn up the pressure. And that was a nice sequence there to keep him out of the end zone.
And now here come the Ravens. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And
just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's over if you're trying to do things there.
10 yards still get down. Throws there.
Feels like caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the. You prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down,
pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to half. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Brown. That's knocked flat on the 31. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. Stop tick under a minute to go before half. Now Roethlisberger. And that's off the mark, plate.
About that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking sideline, incomplete. Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. Sorry, Larry, your hard work appreciated by so many men and women, but not today as we get back to the action in the 2nd half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. At the 30. Up come the Ravens now. Go on offense first here this 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Flushed out right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Airing one deep for Crabtree. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that in a cookie cutter that being in all 32 teams is starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays for us, and sometimes they throw in that big right away, try and get out early and try and create play to give themselves.
On second down, it's Bell. And again, he hopped up right at the line. On there and down.
On Bell in this ball. Run the change things up. Verse get the ball and have some space in this game.
And they've been able to do that.
Better, he's been in the league, always adding some game, one of the premier NFL.
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Steelers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. And James has it. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. 23 yards on the play. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. And this is caught at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, two-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Boswell's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Flacco. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Here's Flacco. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Looked like they had a window to get that in there, but a good job rallying defensively.
Excellent timing, no pass interference. The hit jars it loose, and now they force them into a decision. Do you go for it on 4th down or kick the field goal?
So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He stiff arms him. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Terrell Suggs coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Give him 8 on the gain there. And it's good enough for a Pittsburgh first down. To throw again is Roethlisberger. The pass complete to Justin Hunter. And he's able to get this one down to the yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. Roethlisberger will throw. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Ben to throw again. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touch.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now Collins. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. Looks to be right around the 40. And again, it's Collins. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. Flacco. And he's got Snead. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they take a knee. To a knee goes Flacco, and that should be it. The Ravens on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.